Hi everyone and welcome back to 417 Fox. This is another video of the series where we're doing a coyote swap in the 417 Fox. Now guys, don't forget, this whole series I've been keeping track of every dollar I spend and learning some of the heartaches and some of the hard lessons that I hope to prevent you from having when you do your coyote swap. One thing I've learned about doing a coyote swap, you're probably going to order some of the wrong stuff. Hopefully I can help you with that. You're probably going to have to take parts off and on a couple of times. It's like a dang jigsaw puzzle. So for example, I'm on my second set of headers. We got the Speed Engineering headers. Now if you've seen that last episode, we're going to kind of follow up with that because actually I've got to pull the headers back off again. So this will be like the fourth time I've taken headers off and on this car. And the reason why is that the starter, of course, trying to save some money, I used a 4.6 starter from like, a New Edge car. Now that bolts right up, not a problem. Now with the Pikes headers that I was using, clear, no problem. Now with these Speed Engineering headers, we're almost touching right there where the starter solenoid is at. So I reached out to Foxcast Media. Caleb gave me a tip. He's like, hey, just go with the Gen 2 starter. You'll be fine. It'll still be close, but those are a lot smaller. Yeah, no problem, Caleb. Got it on order. Now the difference in price, though, so I got a Reman Motorcraft starter here. I think it was about $230. The 4.6 starter is about $55. So a little bit of difference. So sure didn't help my budget out a whole lot, but it's what's got to be done because I'd be afraid that the heat soak from that header pipe might cause some issues with that 4.6 starter. So first thing I'm going to do, of course, I don't think I can fish that starter out of there. So here we go. Got to pull this K-member back off, pull the headers back off, we'll get that starter stuck on. Just kind of take you guys along for the ride. Some of the stuff that I might have some learnings today. We're going to go ahead and put our Pro 50 shifter on here. We've got hopefully get it off of the lift, get it set up on some dollies, kind of show you guys how I'll do the dollies, how I'm going to do these Harbor Freight dollies, hopefully keep it stable, and I've got several of them. And then start getting the intake and all that stuff ready to go in here. That way I can roll this thing out of the way, and then we can get this over here. I'll get my lift set up so we can get ready to drop this Pushrod 302 out of the 417 Fox. So let's get to it, guys. Well, boys, I guess this will tell the tale. Let's slide the headers on here and see what happens. So, guys, I'm going to tell you, so it's still close. But the cylinder was actually a little higher on the other. I'll take a clip from the other video, and it was up here and it was touching this pipe right here. Now you can see there's definitely clearance there, and it is clearing down here at this one, but it's dang near touching that one. So got all that back together. Now it's time to go ahead and get this Pro 50 shifter installed straight from Hanlon Motorsports. As you guys know, Hanlon Motorsports is a tremendous friend and a partner of the channel. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate your help on this, brother. Guys, I just thought about something. You guys have probably been looking at my face, and let's address the elephant in the room. Probably see I got stitches all right here, and my face is still a little jacked up. So before you guys start making assumptions, if you watched the video a couple of weeks ago, you've probably seen I had a Band-Aid right here, and that was actually where I had a biopsy done, and turned out it was a form of carcinoma a basal cell, which is, I guess, if you're going to have skin cancer, that's a good kind to have. So this week they had to cut it out and kind of reconstruct some stuff there to kind of, it's kind of crazy, you know, when they pull out a plug this big, but then have to make an incision this big to pull everything back together. But so anyway, but yeah, so just, I just want to let you guys know that's what happened. So, all right, so I got it off of the cherry picker, and I used 2 Harbor Freight dollies, just furniture dollies, the smaller ones, and I've got a 2x4 on the front and a 6x6 on the back, and the motor is completely level. So let's take a look. I also did put a ratchet strap on it, just because, you know, where you have your motor mounts, and these aren't solid motor mounts, and I don't have them snug down super tight, because we'll still have some adjustments to do once it gets in the car. It was a little rocky because of those rubber mounts, right? So I went ahead and I did a little strapping, and it's really, really stable now. So I'll show you where I sat it, and it rolls around real easy. And guys, I got something really cool to show you on this throttle body, on this intake. It also coincides with this car is going to get the very first one of these, and we'll discuss that here later. All right, guys, you see on the back one, I have them both turned crossways. I've got a 6x6 right here, basically sitting. The bolts are unscrewed a little bit where your transmission cross member would be. Then on the front, I have a 2x4 sitting across, and it's basically sitting right here on the K member there on the tube. So as you can see, she's pretty near to level. All right, guys, I'm out here the next day. I kind of ran out of time yesterday. The wife and I, we had some stuff we had to go do yesterday afternoon. By the time we got done, you know how it goes. So out here again the following morning, and this is going to be a perfect time to announce a really cool deal. Probably the coolest thing on this whole build is my partnership with Digital EFI, AMP EFI. These guys have been a tremendous partner so far, and we're going to get to test the very first in this car. So when I say first, so yes, we're going to have the digital dash in here. I'll put a screenshot of that on here. My good buddy John Brooks already has one in his car, and that thing is awesome. But we're actually going to have the first ever prototype, and let's discuss that right now. So you might ask, well, Michael, why aren't you using the stock, drive-by-wire throttle body? Why would you go buy this very cool 87 millimeter big mouth fast throttle body? Well, if you'll notice something here on the side, this is a manual cable throttle body. Guys, these are the same folks who bring you the MS Pro, the Mega Squirt stuff. They're under new ownership and really have started taking innovation to the next level. Guys, they're going to start offering a different solution than what's out there right now. Have your ECM for your Coyote swap that will be fully functional. Their system is more geared towards your racer, but of course you can use it for however you want to apply it. But of course, most guys that race don't want to use a drive-by-wire system. So they opted to go with a cable system versus a drive-by-wire, which also means that you can still keep your stock pedal as well, which is kind of cool. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. You got to spend a little money on a throttle body versus the other. So it's really a trade-off, but overall the kit is supposed to be less expensive than what your current alternatives are that are out there. So I'm excited to be able to test this kit out. Also, it's going to integrate right in with their 12-inch touchscreen digital dash with a lot of different functionality. So guys, a lot of stuff that's coming up on that's going to be super cool. I can't wait to get that thing in. As right now, I think we're about a month out to get the first test unit in here on the car. So we've got some work to do to get this motor put in the car. All right, guys, got all that installed. Looks real nice. Looks like I'll be able to route the throttle cable right through here. I think that's going to work just fine. I did go ahead and pull this water port out. So this is what goes to your heater core and also the degas bottle if you have a degas bottle. Now, guys, remember, I'm trying to save as much money on this install as possible. Now, like Power by the Hour sells a kit where it removes the degas bottle port, which you can see I've already smashed it there. So you could either cap that off or you can put that nice little thing they have on it, but it's like $100. I mean, you know, I'm just going to use this. And it also replaces this one over here. So what I'm going to do, I went ahead and smash that. I'm going to cut that off right there, kind of at the paint line, and just go ahead and weld that up, because I'll just reuse this and take 5 minutes worth of my time versus spending $100. Also, the water neck, I went ahead and got a new water neck just because I didn't have one. But if you already have one, it's going to have the degas tube right here. Well, this one doesn't have it since a brand new one didn't have that in it, but you'd have to remove it, which you could. It's just friction fit. And I ordered off Amazon so it'd be like 1/8 inch 27 pipe thread. I ordered a tap, and then I ordered a bleeder, so I could put a bleeder in here. And I mean, they sell those two on Power by the Hour, so it ain't like I figured that out or something. It's just, I mean, heck, I'll have less than $10 in the tap and the bleeder. So a couple things there that'll save some money. You can do that kind of stuff yourself. I mean, if you want to order it by Power by the Hour, plus something else is like this block off plate here for the EGR. So this is basically like an EVAP kind of system here, where that's going to bleed out. So you have to put a block off plate here. Cool thing with that is I didn't have to order that. I think these are like $20 at Power by the Hour for just a like black plastic one, or if you want like the billet one, for like $40. Good thing is with this throttle body here, it came with this block off plate. So guys, I'm kind of learning along the way, trying to figure out some of this stuff. I do have to get the intake runner block offs, or either figure out a way to do that on the back myself. So guys, I think I'm pretty much ready to go. Everything's done on this thing. We're kind of at the last stages. I'm getting ready to pull this car in there pretty much next time I'm out here, and it's time to get my car ready to go on the lift, and we'll get ready to pull that motor out of my car and start working on the engine bay on it before we get this motor all mocked up in there. We may go ahead and pull everything out and then just kind of slide the motor in there, just kind of see where things are going to need to come through. But I kind of need I really need the ECM before we do that. So I'm trying to figure out, because I am going to do some custom stuff in the engine bay, not too custom. So we'll kind of figure out how that goes once we get everything out and start taking a look at what we need to do to get the engine bay ready to go. So until then, I'll see you guys on the next one, and I appreciate you watching. Appreciate those thumbs up. And of course, always comment below. I appreciate them, and I try to respond to as many of them as I can. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you on the next one.